In this part, we are trying to solve some problems about trigonometric equation. In the previous part, we have already discussed about the principal solutions and the general solutions of the trigonometric equations. Here, we also solve some problems, some important problems for the board exam, state council and class 11. Okay. So first we have to recap the formula about the general solutions of the trigonometric equations. If x and y be any two real numbers and sin x equals to sin y, then the general solution is that x equals to n pi plus minus 1 to the power n into y, where n belongs to z or n is integer. That means n takes the value 0, plus minus 1, plus minus 2, plus minus 3, plus minus 4 and so on. And if cosine x equals to cosine y, then x equals to 2n pi plus minus y, where n is also belongs to z. And similarly, if x and y are not multiple of pi by 2 and satisfy the equation tan x equals to tan y, then x equals to n pi plus y, where n is also belongs to z. That means n takes value 0, plus minus 1, plus minus 2, plus minus 3 and so on. So by using these three formulas, we are trying to solve the general solutions of the given trigonometric equations. Okay, let us start. So first problem is that solve the trigonometric equation sin 2x minus sin 4x plus sin 6x equals to 0. Gives us sin 2x minus sin 4x plus sin 6x equals to 0. So now I club two parts, sin 2x, sin 6x plus sin 2x minus sin 4x equals to 0. So I think all of you know the formula sin c plus sin d, that is the formula gives to 2 sin c plus d by 2, that means 2 sin 6x plus 2x by 2, that is sin 4x, into cos c minus d by 2, that means 6x minus 2x by 2, that means 4x by 2, that gives cosine 2x minus sin 4x equals to 0. So take the common part of the sin 4x, we are getting 2 cos 2x, sin 4x into 2 cos 2x minus 1 equals to 0. So since these two products be 0, so either sin 4x equals to 0, sin 4x equals to 0, or 2 cos 2x minus 1 equals to 0. So from this equation we get sin 4x. We know that sin 0 is 0, sin pi is 0, sin 2 pi is 0, sin 3 pi is 0. In general, sin n pi is 0. Or you can easily say for the general solution, this is the one principal solution, sin 0 degree and sin 0. So sin 4x equals to sin 0. Then by using this formula, n pi minus 1 to the power n into 0, that means 4x equals to n pi plus minus 1 to the power n into 0, here y equals to 0, while n belongs to z. So clearly we see that 4x equals to n pi, and that gives x equals to n pi by 4, where n takes the value 0, plus minus 1, plus minus 2, or you can say n is integer or n belongs to z. And similarly for the equation or 2 cos 2x minus 1 equals to 0, so cos 2x equals to half, so that gives cosine pi by 3, that means cosine 60 degree, the value of cosine 60 degree is half, so cos 2x equals to cos pi by 3. So according to the formula, cos x equals to cos y gives x equals to 2n pi plus minus y. Here y equals to pi by 3. So 2x equals to 2n pi plus minus pi by 3, where n takes the value 0, plus minus 1, plus minus z, or n belongs to z. So this gives x equals to n pi plus minus pi by 6. So the general solutions of the equation, the general solution of the equation, that means the given equation of the given equation is either x equals to n pi by 4, where n belongs to z, or n takes the value 0, plus minus 1, plus minus 2, and so on, or x equals to n pi plus minus pi by 6, where n equals to 0, plus minus 1, plus minus 2, and so on. So it's a simple problem. Okay, I think it is clear to you. Okay, and you have already copied. Okay, next problem. Problem number 2. Solve 2 cos square x minus plus 3 sin x equals to 0. 2 cos square x plus 3. Problem number 1 has already been solved. Thus problem number 2. 2 cos square x plus 3 sin x equals to 0. So now we put here cos square x equals to 1 minus sin square x plus 3 sin x equals to 0. So after multiplying we get 2 minus 2 sin square x plus 3 sin x equals to 0. So if I multiply negative sign throughout the equation, so we get 2 sin square x minus 3 sin x minus 2 equals to 0. This is a quadratic equation of sin x, and you can factorize it. So by using middle term factor, so we get 2 sin x minus 1 into sin x, 2 sin x minus 2 sin x plus 1 into sin x minus 2 equals to 0. You see that 2 sin square x minus 4 sin x plus sin x, that is minus 3 sin x minus 2 equals to 0. That means you can say 2x square minus 3x minus 2. So 2 into 4. Okay. So in the either, so this gives 2 sin x plus 1 equals to 0. And sin x minus 2 not equal to 0. Why? So if sin x equals to 2 minus 2 equals to 0, this gives sin x 2. This cannot be happened because the value of the sin x always lies in minus 1 to plus 1. That means mod of sin x always less than 1. So sin x, since sin x always lies in plus 1, less than equal to plus 1, and greater than equal to minus 1. So sin x minus 2 not equal to 0, so then you can divide it. So the only equation is 2 sin x plus 1 equals to 0. This gives 2 sin x equals to minus 1 and sin x equals to minus half, and you can say minus sin 30 degree, that means sin pi by 6. So if I take as a positive angle sin x equals to minus sin pi by 6, you see that the quadrant is all sin tan cos. So I take only one principal value for this case. So in the third quadrant, sin is also negative. Here sin is positive. Here all are positive, but sin is negative here. So I can easily say that this can be written as sin pi plus pi by 6. Why? because 2 into pi by 2 plus pi by 6, this is an even multiple, so you can easily say sine pi by 6, and the sine of previous the sine function is minus because this angle lies in the third quadrant. So sine x equals to sine 7 pi by 6. And now by using the previous part or previous formula, if sine x equals to sine y, then x equals to n pi plus minus 1 to the power n into 7 pi by 6, where n equals to n belongs to z. Therefore, the general solution of given equation is x equals to n pi plus minus 1 to the power n 7 pi by 6, where n takes the value 0 plus minus 1 or integer, you can say plus minus 2 and so on. Okay, so problem number 2 has already been solved. I think you have already copied it. Okay, so next proceed the problem number 3. Okay, I erase this part. So problem number 3. So tan mx equals to tan of mx equals to cot of nx. I have to find out the general solution of the equation. So tan mx equals to, you can write down tan pi by 2. This is the odd multiple of pi by 2 minus nx and lies in the first quadrant, so it must be positive. So tan mx equals to tan pi by 2 minus nx. So now from this the general solution is gives mx equals to n pi plus y. If tan x equals to tan y, then x equals to n pi plus y. So n pi plus pi by 2. Sorry, we have to say r into pi because m and n already in the problem m and n already parameterized. So I have to introduce the new parameter r pi, and I have to mention that r is an integer. So r pi by 2 minus nx, where r belongs to z. So after some calculation, mx plus nx equals to r pi plus pi by 2, then m plus n into x, 2r plus 1 into pi by 2. So x equals to 2r plus 1 into pi by 2 into m plus n, where r belongs to z. R belongs to z. That means the general solution is x equals to 2r plus 1 into pi by 2 into m plus n, where r takes the value 0 plus minus 1 plus minus 2 and so on. Okay, so we have already solved problem number 3. Okay, you have already copied, I think. So next, so problem number 4, this is your homework, because this problem is look like problem number 1. If you pause it as problem number 1, then you can easily solve. And problem number 5 is also, this is your homework. If you have any problem, then comment. You use the comment in your comment box, then I give you the reply. I will give you the reply. Okay. যদি প্রবলেম নাম্বার 4 এবং 5 সলভ করতে অসুবিধা হয় কমেন্ট বক্সের দিকে পাঠাবে, তাহলে আমি সেখানে রিপ্লাই দেব। ওকে, 4 and 5 তোমাদের হোমওয়ার্ক থাকবে। নেক্সট প্রবলেম নাম্বার 6। Problem number 6 is given that root 3 cos x plus sin x equals to 1 and x, find the solution of this equation when x always lies between greater than equal to minus 2 pi less than equals to plus 2 pi. That means x in minus 2 pi to pi. So I have to solve this equation. Okay. So now after this we can say that root 3 by 2 into cosine x. If I divide throughout the equation by 2, half into sine x equals to half. Okay? Clear? So if I put here root 3 by 2, that is cosine x, and the value of root 3 by 2 cosine pi by 6, and if I put sin x and sin pi by 6, okay, equals to half. And you know that cos a into cos b plus sin a into sin b, this gives cosine x minus pi by 6, and cos half equals to cos 60 degree, that means cosine pi by 3. So in general we can say that x minus pi by 6 equals to 2n pi plus minus pi by 3, where n belongs to set, right? N belongs to set. That means n takes the value 0, plus minus 1, plus minus 2, and plus minus 3, and so on. So now this gives x equals to 2n pi plus minus pi by 3 plus pi by 6. Okay, so if I take for plus sign, for positive sign, x equals to 2n pi plus pi by 3 plus pi by 6. This gives, after some simplification, 2n pi plus pi by 6 plus pi by 3, that means 2 pi pi by 2. Am I right? Okay. If I pi by 3 plus pi by 6, after adding this is 6, 2 pi plus pi, that is 3 pi by 6, that is pi by 2. Okay. So that means 60 plus 30 degree, that is 90 degree. And for negative sign, so this is the equation number 1. For negative sign, x equals to 2n pi minus pi by 3 plus pi by 6, that gives 2n pi plus pi by 6. Am I right? This is the equation number 2. And both the cases where n takes the value 0, plus minus 1, plus minus 2, and so on. Now put n equals to 0, both 1 and 2. So x equals to pi by 2 and this equals to pi by 6. Okay, either pi by 2, and x equals to, put x equals to n equals to 1, then both in n equals to 0 in both 1 and 2, in both 1 and 2, similar fashion, x equals to 2 pi plus pi by 2, that gives 5 pi by 2, that exceeds, I think that exceeds in greater than 2 pi. Okay, so if n equals to 1 in equation 2, so that is 2 pi plus pi by 6, that is 13 pi, that also exceed to 2 pi. So if I put n equals to -1, so that gives 2 minus 2 pi plus pi by 2, so that gives x equals to minus 3 pi by 2, and from here x equals to minus 2 pi plus pi by 6, that gives minus 11 pi by 6. Okay, so the solutions of the given equation, are in the interval minus 2 pi to pi, x equals to pi by 2, pi by 6, minus 3 pi by 2, minus 11 pi by 6. Okay, if I put 3, so more exceed. If I put 2, this exceeds. Okay, so the solutions of this equation, problem number 6, is pi by 2, pi by 6, minus 3 pi by 2, minus 11 pi by 6. তো আমি যদি n এর ইকুয়াল টু যদি 1 বসাতাম, তাহলে দেখো মাইনাস 2 পাই থেকে প্লাস 2 পাই, এটা 2 পাই এর থেকে বেশি হয়ে যেত। n ইকুয়ালস টু 1 বসালে 2 পাই প্লাস পাই বাই 2, এখানেও 2 পাই প্লাস পাই বাই 6, সেটা 2 পাই এর চেয়ে বেশি, কিন্তু আমার সলিউশনটা 2 পাই এর মধ্যে থাকতে হবে। n ইকুয়ালস টু যদি -1 বসাই, দেখো মাইনাস 3 পাই বাই 2, এখান থেকে পাচ্ছি মাইনাস 11 পাই বাই 6, প্রত্যেকটা মাইনাস 2 পাই থেকে প্লাস 2 পাই এর মধ্যে। ওকে, মাইনাস 2 পাই থেকে প্লাস 2 পাই এর মধ্যে। ক্লিয়ার? দ্যাট মিন্স মাইনাস 2 পাই থেকে এই যে ইন্টারভালটা হচ্ছে মাইনাস 2 পাই টু প্লাস 2 পাই, দিস ইজ 0, তো এখানে আছে আমার মাইনাস পাই, এখানে আছে মাইনাস 1.5 পাই, মানে 3 পাই বাই 2, 11 পাই বাই 6, সেটাও মাইনাস 2 পাই এর চেয়ে ছোট, তার মানে এই ইন্টারভালের মধ্যে আছে। ওকে, তো ক্লিয়ারলি কটা সলিউশন পেলাম? এখানে আমরা 4টে সলিউশন পেলাম ইন দা ইন্টারভাল মাইনাস 2 পাই থেকে 2 পাই। যদি কোনো ইন্টারভাল না দেওয়া থাকতো তাহলে আমরা জেনারেল সলিউশন পেতাম n পাই দিয়ে, সেটা তো আমরা অলরেডি করেছি যে জেনারেল সলিউশন অফ দিস ইকুয়েশন ইজ, এটা একটা আইদার ইকুয়েশন নাম্বার 1 where n belongs to z and n belongs to z. Okay, I think it is clear to you. Okay, thank you.